we have some questions from 2024 Physics 101. And most of this question is going to be coming out again this year. So we are asked to prove that this equation is true. Now, first thing I need you to know is that there's a difference between an equation and an expression. An equation is when there's a presence of equality sign. An expression is when there's an absence of equality sign. So that means if I gave you something like this, this is not an equation. This is called an expression. That's one thing I need you to know. So we are given this equation and we are asked to prove that this equation is correct. Now, they are going to be giving you some methods. Now, I want you to use this method pertaining to the second question. So if I have solution here, and I have force is equals to... Another thing you need to know that a sign of bond, times, is a sign of bond. So the work of times here is to bond these two things. So me seeing MA practically is what? M times A. First thing done and dusted. Now they might give you here X, give you here Y. And you're asked to find the derivatives here. So if I have F is equals to, what is the dimension for this guy? Is M from the previous video. So please, if you did not follow the previous video, I'll drop a link of the previous video in this video. So just go back to dimensioning. I think this will be the last step of dimensioning we'll be doing. And you enter your exam one, pass, ASAP. So you have M all raised to the power of X times A is what? I have change in velocity over time. Over change in time. I'm just trying to expand this. We already saw for velocity in the previous video. So I have that velocity is this. All over what? Time. Now I gave you a simple format to solve this. And that is the format I'm going to use. L is here already. I bring L. T is here, T is here. I simply do minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1, division change to minus, minus 1. So I have T is equals to minus 1, minus 1. And if I solve this, I have T is equals to what? Minus 2. If you don't want to use this method, you can simply say LT minus 1 divided by what? T. If I convert the sign here, I have LT minus 1 times 1 all over T. And from here, I have LT minus 1. If I invert this, I'll have times minus 1. And I have LT, pick one of the T, add the powers. I have minus 1 plus minus 1. And from here, I have LT, minus 1 plus minus 1 will give me what? Minus 2 from here. So it's practically the same thing. But you can use this for your CBT, use this for your second semester. So I'll replace A raised to the power of Y with this. So I have LT minus 2 all raised to the power of what? Y. Now from here I have that F is equals to law of expansion. If M raised to the power of X is the same thing as this. This time I've opened the brackets. I have times Y will affect everything in the bracket. So practically I'm having this raised to the power of Y. Dots represent times in physics. So in physics you'll not be using times, you use your dot. You have this raised to the power of minus 2Y. Now, I will solve this guy because we are doing equation. This guy is force, and force is equals to what? Already here is what? Mass and acceleration. What is the dimension for mass? Is what? M. The dimension for acceleration is LT minus 2. So if I join these two, I have MLT minus 2. I'll replace that here. So substitute MLT minus 2 into what? F. So yeah, I'll have MLT minus 2 equals to M raised to the power of X, L raised to the power of Y, T raised to the power of minus 2Y. Now, this is the law. What is here must be the same thing here. It's like when I was teaching in the previous video, I said left-hand side, right-hand side. I'm going to pick this guy. This guy is carrying invisible 1. This guy is carrying invisible 1. This guy is carrying X. So let's start from M. For M, that is for M, I have 1 here. 1 is equals to X here. X. I'll repeat. Pick the variable here. Check the power. So if I'm writing AB, practically it's raised to the power of 1, raised to the power of 1. So since there was nothing here, that means it's raised to the power of 1. There was nothing here, that means raised to the power of 1. So I write it out. Picking M is carrying raised to the power of 1. For M now, let's say for M, 1 equals to x. Now for L, I have for L 1 equals to y. Now for T, I have for T minus 2 equals to minus 2y. All right. So from here, let's prove some things. Already here, you have seen that x is equals to 1. This is the same thing as saying x is equals to 1 here. The same thing. It's the same thing like me saying y is equals to 1. So that means this is already solved. But here, we have gotten y as 1. So anywhere I see y, I'll replace y as 1. So I simply do, for t, I have minus 2 is equals to minus 2 bracket 1. That is 1 from this. It's just like when you're solving substitution method. So I have this is equals to minus 2 times 1 will give me minus 2, showing you that they are the same. So therefore, therefore x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1, z, which is this is for z is equals to what? Minus 2. So I input everything here. I was asked to solve for only x and y. I was asked to solve for, okay, let's still keep this. We are not going to use it. So from here, I'll simply do m for f is equals to, m is what? Raised to the power of x. And m is raised, what is x here? 1. L is what? Raised to the power of y. What is my y? 1. T. What is for my t? Still minus 1. So I have t raised to the power of minus 1. If I join this, I have f is equals to mlt minus 2. This is the formula for force. So it proves that the formula is correct. This is what you're going to be doing. So take that down. Let's get one more question.